You're getting it next, boy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
BoxingVoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right. I don't want to be like you. Come on, man. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I hold the record for pay-per-view. My drop, I know my drop, I know my situation. I don't want to fight.
But it's going to be very difficult for both of us.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another afternoon edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. This time around, we're bringing you an update on the Kell Brook versus Errol Spence Jr. fiasco. Spence has signed his VADA forms, and they are in the hands of Eddie Hearn. All we're waiting now is for Sheffield to go ahead and approve the venue, and things are going to get moving. We have a full panel of hosts, so let's just jump out to each and every one of them, starting with the good doctor. BoxingMD, what's going on, brother? I know you want to sit in on this. We're going to head on over to the Sunshine State. BoxingMD, what's going on?
Is that a fair statement to make? You have to be honest with yourself.
Well, I'm happy to hear that this fight is moving in the right direction, the direction that it needs to be, when they're both getting the same drug testing. I didn't know the backstory. Hopefully you guys who are a little more in tune with all the news and the news and whatever rumors could fill me in on why this was an issue, because I know that it was an issue on Spence's side before it was an issue on Brook's side. So now that the contract, according to reports, is in Hearn's hand, it should be sealed and ready to go for the the best or second best welterweight on earth, because either guy can make that argument, right? If the other guy.
And in the Golden State, the Hipster, who's going to be making his ring return second week of June, taking on none other than Sugar Steve, the co-producer, Matthew Hunter. What's going on? How's the Golden State, bro? You missed our early morning weigh-in, the Lufkin show, but for all those that missed it, like Matt, head on over to iTunes because it's already up.
Yeah, I didn't get home till 3 a.m. That was my bad. A little bit of a family emergency, but I digress. Yes, and for all intents and purposes, this fight is confirmed and official. The only thing we were waiting on is the Sheffield City Council. I forget their official title, because they don't call them city councils over there, I believe. And this is just a something that we have to get through that is probably going to get through by this weekend, if not early next week. And this fight's going to be confirmed probably for May 27th in Sheffield in a big soccer stadium. So it's going to be a blast. Cannot wait. This could determine the number one welterweight in the world. I think for a lot of people, because of the nature of the fight with Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia and how that fight was a little bit anticlimactic, if this fight has a definitive winner, I know a lot of fans will say that is the number one welterweight in the world. So this is a big fight, and where it should be as well, in the right location. So I'm pumped.
All right, and now we got to head on over to Texas.
It's me, Mario.
Yeah, I have Let me do that over. Oh, hold on a minute. Now we got to head on over to Corpus Christi, Texas, the home of the challenger. He wanted a shot at the king, but you know I'm the fucking king. Plus, I don't fight on U.S. soil. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stamp my passport. So I threw Enrique in front of him, and Mario will be taking on Enrique second week of June, rounding out a triple. But we're sending out an invitation to Cut West, you know, sending us speed bags and shit. We got a heavyweight for you whenever you're ready, buddy. We can make it a quadruple in Florida. You could finally get to meet MD. The only thing is he'll be performing surgery on you after Doomsday, you know, takes a limb or something off. But Mario will be taking on Enrique. Mario, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm very excited for the triple header, and I'm gonna have some videos coming out. We're gonna have fun with this, do 24/7 style stuff. But fight camp starts Monday, so but yeah, you know, as far as this goes, I'm gonna make this really quick because I do want to see our video on it. This is a very look, MD talked about, or there wasn't really any controversy, like technically, like, yes, there were assumptions made and there was speculation about certain aspects, whether it gets signed or how long it would take, but this cannot get held up. This fight, like Matt said, is just too big, and it would be a bad look for whoever. There's added pressure on both of these guys to not be that guy. You know, Cotto's always that guy. You don't want to be that guy that holds up this kind of fight, because the pressure and the criticism that will be attached to you is probably the kind that will be associated with the rest of your career. Look at Floyd Mayweather. He went on to be one of, if not the greatest fighter of all time, arguably. And there's still people that, you know, bring up Margarito and bring up, you know, Mosley in his prime and Cotto in his prime. And so, you know, you don't want to be the guy that held this fight up for especially for reasons like this.
Yeah, you definitely don't. It's good to see that. You know, we wanted to do this show, let's be honest, 24 hours ago. So Spence, one day after his tweet, had already put the forms in the hand of Eddie Hearn. We will now turn to that video that one of our correspondents in the UK did by the name of Dove. Been with us for many, many years. Responsible, obviously, for the big Juan Manuel Marquez video. But, yeah, let's go ahead and get into the interview.
And, you know, I think a lot of these guys are looking for breakout nights.
We're going to move on to Brook and Spence now. Are you waiting, is it from Spence with the VADA drug testing? Are you waiting for them to is it submit the form for them to go ahead with the random testing?
We received that form last night.
So you received it?
Yeah. In the contract, he's VADA testing. So he was sent the forms, he's filled them out, and rule systems go. The only hold up right now is just waiting for approval from Sheffield Council. So I think that's imminent, and May the 27th at Bramble Lane is almost certainly the date.
The bookmakers over here seem to think Spencer's the favourite. Now, if you look at the resumes, you'd say Kell Brook's got the better resume. He's you know, he's more experienced. Are you quite surprised at that? Maybe why the bookmakers over here are saying, you know, Spencer's the favourite?
Yeah, I've seen the odds, and I think from what I saw, it was complete 50-50 more or less on the odds. I think it is a 50-50 fight. I think you've got the fact that Brook's coming off a defeat to Golovkin, albeit, you know, Spence has looked sensational. He's never travelled. He's never boxed anyone like Kell Brook. But Kell Brook maybe hasn't boxed anyone like Errol Spence. So it's a stunning fight. You know, I think it's the best welterweight fight in world boxing. I think Errol Spence is an exceptional talent, but I've always believed that Kell Brook is the #1 welterweight in the world. And now he's going to get a chance to prove it, because I believe if he beats Errol Spence, he will be that man.
Ain't no other sight in the game can see the boxing voice.
You never lie. Yo, so
well, I will say one thing before we get into the details, that this is a fight that Eddie Hearn doesn't have to spin his normal propaganda machine in Matchroom, right? Because he did what he kind of said the truth, right? This is a 50-50 fight. They're unknown. So, yeah, Eddie Hearn gets a lot of criticism for saying things like, who the fuck is Wilder fighting when he fought Carlos Molina? Then he brings Carlos Molina overseas, right? To give Joshua, to give him a shot against Joshua on pay-per-view. So
Eric Molina.
What did I say?
You said Carlos Molina, right? Is Eric Molina?
Yeah, it's Eric Molina, the drummer boy.
All right, but yes, exactly. So yeah, Eddie Hearn actually is not bullshitting, which is fresh to hear him just being able to. This fight's so good. There's no reason to sugarcoat it, right? But I'll let you go ahead, Ness. My apologies.
No, hey, you're talking boxing, and you're definitely right. It's a great fight. We gave out the facts. I mean, after hearing the interview, does anyone have anything they want to add? If not, we can definitely go out to the moon.
I just have one question for all of you guys on the panel. Do you think our perception of this fight would be different if this fight happened before the Triple G fight? Like after the Kevin Bizier, Jojo Dan shit, if he fought Errol Spence then, would we perceive this as a 50-50 fight? Or does the loss to Triple G change our perception of Kell Brook?
Not mine's.
Not mine either. I really don't. I feel like Triple G, much like the Canelo, much like anybody that took on Mayweather in the last, 7 years, you get a pass. I think you get a pass, especially because he didn't lose to a welterweight. This is a welterweight fight. And I think that the biggest reason you give a pass is because I don't know if the same exact scenario played out for Errol Spence, but Errol Spence ain't beating Golovkin either. So,
but let me ask you a question, Mario.
You're always picking against the American, bro.
Yeah.
But Golovkin is just the loss. Like we've
no, I feel you.
But Mario,
this guy picked Khan over.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question, right?
To the UK.
Yeah, let me ask you a question, right? There's this perception changer, right? Would you say, Mario, that the Canelo or the Khan loss to Canelo has residual effects on his career going forward?
Possibly from like a physical standpoint, maybe it's like one too many knockouts at this point. But I don't know from a financial standpoint.
No, I'm talking about. So we're just talking about the financial aspect, right?
I just meant in general. I was answering your question in general.
Yeah. For sure. And I think financially, right, this Brook fight actually does better for him because the Brook fans, man, they were still going again and again saying how he had success against Golovkin. Golovkin's a bigger guy. He hurt him. So from a financial standpoint, Brook's ascending. He's looking better. He was daring to be great. And he lost, but Golovkin is seemed as even more of a dangerous opponent than Canelo, obviously. But from a physical standpoint, like what I brought this up is I think obviously Khan, the way he got knocked out was much more devastating and would have much more of a lingering effect because once you start like the human brain and the neck can only take so much damage over and over again. So I think that Amir Khan's you don't gain better punch resistance as your career goes further and you get older. Now, the only thing I would say that could affect Kell Brook in the future is they stopped that fight early enough, and hopefully it's repaired. But maybe that eye will have a lingering effect. We don't know yet, right? If we had the we don't know soundbite, it could be a margarita, which looked much worse, which kind of stopped him from having any success in this. Having long-term success in the second Cotto fight because Margarito was doing pretty well in that second Cotto fight until that eye ballooned up. So we'll see if that eye has an effect. But besides that, I think he's still young in his prime.
This is the way that I interpreted Matt's question.
We don't know.
I think that when you look at Pacquiao Marquez or you look at Pacquiao Bradley, when he took that loss, it was somewhat deflating heading towards the Mayweather fight. When he took the Marquez loss, that was really deflating towards that Mayweather fight. On the other hand, Brook and Spence have kind of been on a collision course, and they were on a collision course even before the Triple G fight. And so the way that I correlate that is I don't think that what happened in that fight with Triple G, other than what MD said about, possible residual effects with the eye, will have any negative connotations heading into the fight. I think he's as good now as he was before. And I would be saying the same things about this fight. At least I think so, pre or post Triple G in regards to him fighting Spence.
All right. Well, I'm just happy again that Earl got to it in a, timely fashion, that Eddie Hearn is trying to situate the venue and that we can get this. I mean, they're saying the targeted date for the 27th, right, Matt?
Yes, May 27th. And Eddie Hearn even said that's pretty much the date.
Yeah.
Start checking that. The thing is it's probably going to be sold out. So like they're not going to credential 5 TBV people. So, I mean, even if we went to the UK, what the hell would we do?
Yeah. And I do want to make one final point before we go out to the callers or anything. I think this is important that they're using VADA and it's drug testing, but I just want to say this, and maybe I shouldn't, but I'm just going to say it anyway. I think it's important because it's important for everyone. I know that there's been speculation on Kell Brook and Spence, and a lot has been said, but I don't. This should not.
He did VADA last fight with Gigi.
No, there was speculation.
No, there's been there's been
Sean Porter. There was speculation.
Last fight with GGG, he
look.
But back in the day, there was speculation.
There's been speculation on Kell Brook for a long time, ever since his fight with oh man, I'm forgetting the guy's name. That's because I love that fight.
Carson Jones.
Carson Jones, yes. Ever since. Thank you. Wow, man, how did you do that? Jesus, that scares me. I think MD can read minds. No, look, ever since the Carson Jones and even before that, he's got a great body on him. He's very physically strong. He's a guy who, you know, and it's sad that in this day and age, but it's in sports in general, that, you know, those things come up. And I just think it's hater talk. I really do. There is no evidence one way or the other. So again, I want to say that this is very important because this should be the standard. Everyone should be calling for testing, and not just for big fights, but especially in big fights. That said, I think it is so important. If this is a story, because, and a lot of outlets have picked it up, and shout out to Dove. He always has done a great job. Some have used Dove's you know, quotes that he got. And if this is a story because of the speculation that has gone rampant with Spence and Brook in the past, that should not be the reason why this is a story. This should be a story because both guys are stepping up to the plate and they are you know, setting the standard for what we should expect from athletes in general in this day and age, and especially fighters.
Well, I mean, it's a story, you know why? Because with all the speculation on Errol Spence, you know, all the little jabs, quick jabs. We're going to steal that from PBC. All the little quick jabs that MD would throw whenever Spence's name was mentioned. To see him sign up, not sign up immediately. Because, I mean, if you got Kell Brook immediately posting like, oh, I signed, it's your turn. Obviously, there's going to be fandoms that pick their side. So then when, you know, Spence signs up, well, now there goes the reply. So, like, they're creating their own news and their own buzz for this fight. And it's great for Spence. You know, Brook is in a position where he is kind of lose-lose, right? Like, the UK fans think that Spence is 2 fights too soon, right? And the Americans do not, right? But if he loses to Earl, it looks bad for Brook, that is.
I don't think he's in a lose-lose, to be honest, though.
Really? Can
no.
you walk away from this fight a loser and be okay?
You don't think it's hyperbole by the UK fans saying
yeah,
that?
But 1 second, let me finish this thought, right? Sometimes, right, the risk and the reward aren't equal, right? So in other words, him beating Errol Spence is not as, like, I don't know how to make a chart, but is not as substantial as him losing. It would hurt him a lot. But I think that if he beats Errol Spence, I think it would be a win, right? It wouldn't be he's too young, he's too early, because bringing over a good, talented American fighter, which Errol Spence is, and beating him, if he beats him convincingly or in spectacular fashion, is a win. So it's not a lose-lose necessarily, but if he loses, it's a high-risk fight. So it's like, in other words, the risk is not necessarily equal to the reward, but I would not consider it a lose-lose.
Okay, so
I agree, and especially because you're talking about a guy who Floyd Mayweather, and even though he's thrown around, you know, fighters in the past, and he's called this guy the next Floyd and this guy, but the fact that he gave Earl that backing, I think that still follows Earl a lot. And I would not agree that it's too early, but at the same time, I would not have had a problem with Earl, you know, still waiting a little longer before he took a fight of this magnitude. I think he's ready. And I agree with both of you, Ness and MD, that the risk might not be completely worth the reward, but it's still not a lose-lose, because when you have the kind of I guess the aura that comes with Floyd Mayweather backing, it's, you know, that you got to take that and chalk it up as a solid win.
But I don't. Is Floyd still connected to Errol Spence? Right? Like, is he going to go over there to watch him fight? Like, I think he's all in it, like Tank Davis, and I think Errol Spence, I think, was just. I think Spence just like was sparring in his gym, and he kind of like bigged him up, but I don't think that.
He bigged him up. And listen, what we saw in that video, he called Spence the next big thing in the welterweight division. He did it in front of Ness. He did it in front of everyone. So, you know, the last guy that Mayweather has solidified as the next coming in the division is Spence. And so remember, he told Thurman to step up. He told Porter to step up. He told everyone to step up and fight Spence, that everyone was avoiding him. And so, you know, that has a lot.
To be honest, I think that could be a relationship thing, right? That Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, who else? Definitely Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, obviously Manny Pacquiao, but he's older. They have not really been I guess, cordial or respectful, and rightfully so, to Floyd Mayweather, who was fighting people like, I don't know, Andre Berto instead of giving Sean Porter or Keith Thurman a shot. So they haven't been as nice. So, and even before that, they were always didn't necessarily have the best relationship with Floyd. So I hear you on that. But again, Floyd Mayweather, he's not always right when it comes to assessing talent. We've seen some of his fighters not do as well as they should do. So I do take what you're saying, but I don't think this is going to have the same type of Floyd Mayweather effect that Tank Davis has, because he is connected to Tank Davis. I think that Errol Spence himself, the fight fans over there, right? Like we said before, and I acknowledge this, that the average UK boxing fan is probably the UK casual boxing fan, I think, knows a little more boxing than the American casual boxing fan, just because of the percentages of people who watch it. It's more mainstream over there. So I think they know how good Errol Spence is, potentially how good he is, by his knockout wins against good, not great, but good opposition, solid opposition.
No, you're definitely right. But at the same time, you got to understand that Porter and Thurman and those guys, they were competing for Floyd Mayweather opportunities while he was still fighting. Errol Spence wasn't even in the discussion. So I think that's why he bigged him up. You're right. It might not be something where he's, you know, all in with Spence or even believes it. And again, and I'm not saying it's true, but I think that it still carries weight no matter what. If he goes over there and Brook beats him, he can say, well, I conquered, you know, the guy that Floyd Mayweather says, and you could take that for whatever it's worth. But I think it's worth a little something, you know, maybe not much, but worth a little bit.
All right. Well, I think it's kind of the same thing that we were talking about earlier, not to bring up Golovkin into the subject, but it's like one guy is being called by a certain fandom a hype job, and the other is the proven one, right? So, you know, that's why I said what I said. Like, would he get credit, right? Because, I mean, his own fans, the fans of Kell Brook, are saying, oh, this guy's a hype job. He's a hype job. His 2 fights too early. He's going to get, you know, don't be mad when your man gets put down, because you know that Spence's little mantra is man down. But whatever, we'll get to the callers.
Well, I mean, but is it fair?
Say there is no relationship between Mayweather and Spence anymore. It was Mayweather baiting. He wanted him to sign. He kept mentioning it in any interview he wanted. Like, yeah, he's the future. I want to sign him. But that never happened because Earl sees he doesn't need anyone.
Yeah, and also I feel like not all hype jobs, or the when people use the term hype jobs, are created equally, right? I don't think anybody thinks that Errol Spence is either going to be the best fighter on earth or shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think sometimes we think when we call somebody's a hype job, we go, it's relative to the hype they're getting, which is why some people call Golovkin a hyped up, because you cannot say Golovkin's shit. You know what I'm saying? And just same thing, you can't say Errol Spence is going to be a journeyman fighter. I think they say the term hype job because Errol Spence is because he's being dubbed as the future of the welterweight division, and he potentially is going to be a champion at 154 and even 160 one day. So maybe to call him a hype job is like, let's be a little careful to dub him all these things quite yet. But just because he is exposed and is a hype job doesn't mean he can't be a great fighter. So.
Well, and it goes to your point, MD, that I think that the UK uses that term because they are such great fans and they're protecting their fighter, and it's because they're great fans and that's what they're doing. We, on the other hand, you know, accuse Spence of all these things that are ridiculous. And I think it adds to that, but you nailed it. You said it perfectly. All hype jobs are not created equal. And I think it's the hype going into this fight that a guy in Spence's position with as little experience as he has compared to Brook would even be on the same level, or as Dove mentioned in the video, you know, being rated above, or not rated, but you know, getting the odds that he's, you know, coming in the favorite. It's crazy to the UK fans.
Yeah, you know, it's not favorite is the lack of favorite thumbs up. So you guys, please, I'm the only one here on the panel that pays attention to that. So as someone who cares about everybody cares about increasing the visibility of this channel, but please hit thumbs up, share, and like this channel again, because we're here with more afternoon news on a Friday where I have time, right? Matt, Mario, and Nestor himself is giving you guys more content, right? Content that you guys don't have to join Patreon, but we do have additional content on Patreon, which we could talk about some time later in the show. But we appreciate all your guys' support, listening, and we do it for you guys.
All right, let's get out to these callers and sponsors.
Fight fans, don't leave the decision in the hands of the judges. Download the Throwdown scoring app and receive live scoring, CompuBox stats, boxing predictions from other users around the world. Head over to your iPhone App Store or your Google Play Store and download it absolutely free.
Dre in Vegas, talk to us.
What's up with it, man? Yeah, this is a good thing. Finally, we got this fight signed and delivered. You know, we getting there. We only got a couple months left. I didn't get on last night about the Golovkin fight, but you know, I got him in 8. I think that it's kind of like what you said, Ness. It's a little bit he won't get enough credit, but to the UK fans, because you know they saying that Errol is a hype job, so he won't get credit over there. But in the streets, the people who say Errol the truth, I think Brook could get a little bit more credit than people think, because of the fact that they is saying that he the truth. So if he do beat him clearly a little bit more better than he did Porter, then I think that he'll get a little bit more credit than people think that he will. So, you know, we just got to see. You feel what I'm saying? I still think Errol gonna win, but you know, Brook do got a chance. But you know, this can be his greatness, because Ray Robinson moved from 140, 148, 149 to 160 to fight Jake LaMotta and lost, but came back down and still continued his undefeated record at welterweight. So we could see what he could do, man. He still got a chance to do greatness, but it's all depends. You feel me? If he come ready for the fight. But as far as you know, as far as Spence go, man, you already know if he beat Brook, then it's already said that what everybody already been saying is proven. So you feel me? After that, it's really nothing else left to be said, because I think that he'll beat Thurman. So you feel me? It's a wrap after that. But yeah, that's all I wanted to call about, man. I couldn't get in last night, so I just wanted to, you know, let y'all know my Golovkin, Chocolito, and Quadros. So you know, we'll see that rematch with Quadros and Chocolito after this. So. But for sure, good looking MD, man, on the little insight last night, man. I got to at least listen to you. I didn't get to call in, but, you know, good looking on the insight on Golovkin and everything. But for sure, Ness, I'll talk to y'all next time on the next show. Good looking, man, on the little 2 seconds on the show, man.
Thank you, Dre, for calling in, as always, all the way from Vegas, from Las Vegas to Ali in Dago.
What's good with everybody, man? How y'all doing?
Good, good,
man. The fight's gonna happen. You know, that's what we've been waiting for. And you know, I feel like everybody should take, like in boxing, should take VADA or USADA. I don't feel it should be anything to volunteer for. I feel like you have to show how clean you are. If you don't take the test, I feel like, you know, you're hiding. You know, you're hiding something. So I feel everybody should take VADA or USADA. And as far as the fight, I'm sticking by my dude Errol. Errol Spence. I think this is his time. He's been waiting for a while. I feel he's gonna go into the UK and bring that strap back to the United States, man. I think he's gonna bust up Brook's eye, and bust up his body and finish him early. I think he's going to annihilate Brook. And I think Brook is a very, very good fighter, because I know people will say, oh, you don't know nothing about boxing if you think that. I just feel that Spence is too much for Brook. That's just my personal opinion. If I'm wrong, I'll eat my crow. I just think at this point, from him moving up to 160, taking punishment from Triple G, and I feel he can beat Triple G. Could have stopped him. Like a lot of people say, oh well, he couldn't stop Brooks. So what makes you think Spence will? Well, he could have. That's why they threw in the towel, because they knew it was almost that time for it to happen. Oh, you know. And
Ollie, can I ask you a quick question before? Can I ask you a quick question?
Go ahead, bro. Yeah.
You said that everybody should be on VADA, and VADA's like, you know, essentially saying, or any testing organization saying like they're not dirty. So then is it fair then to, I guess, say like a question? It wasn't like saying that Spence is dirty. It's like he had a physical sign that comes from steroid use, and it's a fact, a physical sign. It's not necessarily directly from his case, and he wasn't doing VADA. So then is it okay to be like, this guy's doing it, why aren't you doing it? Is that unfair to Errol Spence?
Again, it's an assumption, though.
Yes, because I feel they all should do it. Nobody should be hiding nothing. And I feel like they should make everybody take. I don't think anybody should choose what testing they want to take. Yeah. I feel whatever's the most legit testing out there, everybody should take it. You know? And
yeah, but the problem is there's no they. That's the problem. There's no they would mean that boxing has one commission or unified body. And we all know that there's like belts and then organizations and then promoters. I mean, it's boxing, man. It's difficult. And the thing is, it will never be like the UFC, because there's always going to be a promotion company in Russia and Germany and in the UK. So it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point. But I don't know, man. These fighters need to take those tests, man, and show how clean they are. You know what I'm saying? But that's my call, y'all. Y'all have a great show, and for everybody out there, hit that like button.
You know, and real quick, I don't know, Ollie made a bunch of great points, and I hear where he's coming from. But to answer MD's question a bit differently, I do think it's unfair, only because, you know, Earl had not yet entered the kind of stratosphere where it's the kind of prize fight that demands such rigorous and unscrupulous testing. That said, yes, you pat somebody on the back when they volunteer to do it year round. You know, Edwin Rodriguez, I remember, was one of the first to, you know, do it. And it's great. It's awesome. And it makes you an awesome guy, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're hiding anything at all. You know, some people just have puffy nipples. That's what it's literally comes down to. You know, all puffy nipples are not gyno. All puffy nipples are not created equally. And, you know, I'll go even a step further. When you're at the level that Spence is at, and you have the kind of knowledgeable people around you that could offer you that stuff, gyno's not an issue. You take things that gyno does not
true, Mario. That's not
true. It
is
absolutely true.
I know what you're about to say. No,
you can take
I know
that gyno does not come out.
Estrogen blockers. You could take estrogen blockers to prevent gynecomastia, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, on steroids.
It doesn't always. You could get your mammary glands, because men have mammary glands. So you could get it removed.
The guy's had these nipples since the Olympics in his like amateur career. If you look at old pictures of him, he's had these nipples.
He's always had
well, if you prove that, I'm just saying.
And MD, if you're assuming based off of
it's the tissue underneath it.
Hold on, if you're assuming based off these nipples that he is using, then you have to assume that he's been using for a majority of his career, amateur and pro.
But here's the thing,
because guys back then don't really take steroids, man. Like, you just don't.
What, in the Olympics?
No, before that, man. Way back in the amateurs, you look at old school pictures of him. He has the same nipples, dude.
Okay, but that's fair. And if you show me pictures and I said it'd be like it's a non-case. But the point I'm trying to make is, if there is a physical sign and you're not taking VADA, and here's the thing, Mario, you go, well, he hasn't taken a fight. He hasn't taken a fight that necessarily he needed to do testing it, right? And I'm not, listen, I don't think Earl. You're innocent until proven guilty. I just want everybody to be in VADA. That's all I have to say. But when you say he hasn't taken a fight to warrant proper testing, testing matters if you do it from day one. If you do it from the beginning of a pro, because I mean, we might like. I mean, it's just like we see in MMA. It's like guys now are having low testosterone when they go to a doctor, because now they're actually being drug tested and they're doing synthetic whatever it is, whether it's growth hormone, whether it's anabolic steroids, they're doing something to increase their testosterone levels. So they have such low testosterone levels, so they're forced to take TRT or some other drug to maintain at the physical level, which will obviously inhibit their progression as a boxer. So it's important from day one to be tested.
But you're picking on him because you see something that only counts to you, because I promise you at that level, he would not have gotten gyno. He just wouldn't have. It wouldn't have happened.
Occam's razor is the simplest answer, is probably the right answer. He just probably has puffy nipples. I mean, I know plenty of people playing sports that had puffy nipples.
Me too.
And we made fun of them, but shit, that's just what sports are, man. Like, not because they were using steroids.
If you watch the weigh-in today, Cuadra's back looked no different than Marquez's back.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the. But you guys are looking at his nipples. It's not the fucking nipples. Like, you have to understand. It's the
under it.
Exactly. It's not the nipples. So stop talking about his puffy nipples.
What's the tissue under it? You can't see that. You haven't tested that. So
look, I mean, what I'm saying is
there's tissue under it that will prove your theory correct, but you don't know that
tissue. I don't know it. I'm just saying, but he should take VADA and then he's clean. That's all I have to say.
But you wouldn't be saying that about everyone else. Why haven't you said that about
If a fighter had zit, Marquez, did he take VADA when he had zits all over his back?
That is a completely different situation.
How is it different?
Because you're tied to a guy with a lot of with a background of performance enhancing.
No, but it's still a generalization. That's why I brought it up. That's why I brought today Cuadras and Marquez, because
it's a good point.
Some guys just have back for the rest of their lives.
Generalization. Bottom line, it's a weak generalization. We're wasting way too much time on some.
Again, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Again,
I think it matters though.
You think to talk that long about nipples?
I think it matters.
Well, they're talking about nipples. I'm talking about breast tissue.
Boxing.
You're not talking about breast tissue because you've never been close enough to see it. You can't get that off.
And where's the breast tissue at? It's around his nipples. Like,
I know. He's like
trying to argue oranges and oranges.
I know, but Mario, I'm just letting you know that it is very dangerous to say absolute things when it comes to drugs and medication. When you go at his level, he will not have gynecomastia. I feel you're saying that he would get the correct. If he was doing something, he would get the correct medication needed to minimize the effect. But it's all right.
Happy show because he is signed up.
Exactly.
You are so negative.
Why am I negative? How am I negative? I'm arguing that there was
here. Everyone's clean.
The dude signed up, and we don't even let him test positive, and we're just gonna like put the magnifying glass.
I'm saying that the fact that he didn't do it and he had a sign gives you reason to ask him to be tested. Is that fair to say?
And I don't think he had a sign, and I don't think he had a real sign.
That's your opinion, and I think other people have a different opinion.
What was the sign?
Gynecomastia. I'll say it again and again and again.
No, it's
not a fucking puffy nipple. Oh my god.
But it's not gyno either. Why are you calling it gyno if you don't know it's gyno? I know you're saying it's not a fucking puffy nipple. It's not fucking gyno.
It looked like below his nipple he had some excess.
Have you played sports, man? Have you not seen guys with puffy nipples?
Of course I have, but I've also seen I've known people who've done steroids and have had gynecomastia. I've had a roommate who did steroids and had gynecomastia. He took estrogen blockers.
We have to move on. You guys are out of control, man. Joey from Indiana.
Man, Ness, that was crazy. I was getting ready to hang up and say I'll call back next time, man. No, real quick.
These guys are emotional, Joey.
Man, I gotta give a shout out. No, it's all good, but it's good though, man. We love boxing, man. It's all good, man. I'm just excited, man. That's 2017. People say what they want, but boxing's been it's booming, dude. And we're only in March. Like, look at all these great fights that we're talking about and are actually getting made, man. So, we stick together. and man, we're getting rewarded now. But anyway, I'm excited for this fight. It's a huge fight, and I'm glad Errol did sign up for it. But Ness, I'm going to be one of those guys. I know I may sound like a UK fan here, but I still think it's a fight or two too early before Brook. I wish he would have fought at least another tougher 147 guy before Brook, man, because I think Brook's going to kind of do what he did to Porter in that fight, and I think Spence is going to get a very close unanimous decision.
So
man.
like a Berto, right?
Excited. Maybe I wouldn't even say Roberto, man. God, I'm trying to think of names, but everybody's been washed up already. You don't want to keep throwing Guerrero or even a Collazo. I mean, damn. But I just feel Bundu and Algieri. I wish it was just one more good 147 he can get in there before he goes up there, man. Because Brook's on another level, and I just think Brook's so smart. I think he's gonna get a top round unanimous decision, man. But I may be wrong. I've been wrong in the past, and I'm just calling it, how I see it now. But you guys, thumbs up, man, and I love the passion, man. It's good, Mario. Good to have you back. And this, I ain't been avoiding the show, this. I just ain't able to get through, man. You got that hotline been booming, man. So I've been trying to get through.
Hotline Bling, man. I'm hooking up with Drake, baby. Hotline Bling.
Hey, man, but I got to get back to work, man. I just wanted to call and show my support, man. You guys stay good, and good to hear from everybody, man. And y'all keep that passion up, man. It's awesome.
All right. Yo, so Robert Ortiz is hitting me up. The drummer from Escape the Fate.
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking out his ass, talking about he'll take on all fools. So he says, tell all your boys that be negotiating fights on air to check out my last post. And I said, yo, you want to fight? You want to be on our card? I have a body who's willing and able. And he's like, I'll take on all fools all in one night. Bro, I'm 6'1", weigh in the same as them. So wait, Rob, like I said, everyone else is signed up, but I do have a fighter, but it's going to have to be a catch weight for you. So you let us know. No, this TBV Make-A-Wish Foundation, we knocked out. We can grant you that wish if you want to be knocked out. We're going to go to Skype. Muhammad Najee, talk to us. First time calling in? Muhammad with the triple G icon. Muhammad on Skype with the triple G icon. Going once, just listening, brother. No problem. We're going to go to Robert in the UK. Talk to us. Robert, unmute yourself on Skype. Or you want to talk, or you just listening? Going once, twice. Coming back to the magic machine here. We're going to go to Marcus in DC. Talk to us.
Yo, man. Real quick, man, with the panel, with all that drug talking, man. Mayweather used to talk the same way, and he had a lawsuit, and he had to file out of court. So watch what you say. Just because Mayweather got out there and started pointing fingers at people doesn't mean that everybody can start recklessly accusing people of using some type of performance-enhancing drug. That's number one. Number two, the fight, because these two fighters are IBF, we keep talking about clean boxing program, but we need to understand that the clean boxing program is being implemented as a WBC program. It is not a universal boxing program. So when people say, well, why haven't they signed up for it? Because Errol Spence is on the IBF track for the welterweight title, which under IBF rules he doesn't have to do. Now, if you want some type of unified provisions, then, campaign for it. We do enough talking about a whole bunch of other stuff. Campaign for it. Campaign for a universal boxing commission that says all boxers have to be in this type of program. I don't have a problem with it, but, stop pointing people out doing that Mayweather shit, because for real, Mayweather was the one that popped up dirty with all this shit when he started doing all that. Number three, the fight-by-fight basis to sign up for VADA is on the fighters and the promoters if you're not in the WBC, and both of these fighters have done it, so leave it alone. Right? It's done. And performance-enhancing drug testing doesn't have to be done from the time that you're childbirth, MD, to find out whether you're using or not. And most people who use performance-enhancing drugs don't turn around and have low testosterone. They have low testosterone a lot of times because what happens is their testicles stop producing testosterone once the chemical is imitating testosterone. So a lot of times they have to get a progesterone or estrogen shot to make their testes start working again. Okay, So
yeah,
there's a lot of things
that's what I said.
That people. Yeah, there's a lot of things that people do with testing, but a lot of times you also have to understand this too, as an athlete, and I know for sure. A lot of times people are afraid to be for supplements that they take sometimes are on this list that we don't talk about, because it's not like Nevada or other athletic commissions have not been taking drug testing. They just haven't done it at the same scrutiny as VADA has. And so the fact of the matter is that both of these fighters are prime. Both of these fighters are signed up for it. I think Errol Spence is closer to being ready in now, as far as the weight. It seems like British fighters, whenever they win a title, all of them balloon up, become these big, like super big dudes for their weight, go around the country and fuck a whole bunch of English women in the countryside, and then they come in the camp, 40 pounds overweight. So let's just hope that Kell Brook is taking this man seriously. I talked to him for a while, and I know a lot of people were deeming him as the one, but the thing is, when I talked to him, and I hadn't gathered this from him before, he's not buying into it. He's still putting in the groundwork. So he's not buying into it. He's staying ultra prepared. So that's my call.
And let me say one thing about the legal accusing of fighters doing PEDs or whatever. I'm having a bad echo. My bad. So nobody said, like, if we were to say, right, that blah, blah, blah is dirty and he's doing this, that's libel, right? Or slander. Well, it's spoken word. It's libel. When I say this is a sign, you should do testing, you can't sue me for that. What's wrong? Like, I'm insinuating something. I could just easily say,
yeah, but still irresponsible. It may not be liable, but it's still irresponsible for you to assume things without clear evidence, man.
I'm not assuming anything.
That is all about the truth and the facts. You have no facts to support your claim that he has gyno, number one. And if you cannot prove that he has gyno, then therefore you cannot say that that's a sign that he's on steroids.
Let me ask you a question. If people go,
I cannot believe.
No.
Go away for 1 second. You guys go back to this.
No, I just want to ask you a question. If Golovkin never did VADA, considering his power in a chin, is it fair to say he needs to be on proper testing because he might be dirty because he shows a big power in chin?
You can't say he might be dirty. I mean, like, if you say he might be dirty, you can say everyone might be dirty in the sport. Like that.
I'm not just picking on Errol Spence, but I'm using him as a specific case. Now, you show me another guy. So I'm not saying Errol Spence is the only guy who could be dirty. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying your assumption lacks any sort of evidence, and therefore is purely speculation, which it is. But we can move on.
I just was calling bullshit. I was just calling bullshit on Matt because Matt himself has never found pictures of Errol Spence without a shirt on as an amateur. So that was a lie.
We find Olympic photos.
That was a lie.
We find Olympic photos. He was taking WADA.
First and foremost.
Without the shirt?
Jesus Christ. These two are like two little fucking schoolgirls. Last word and shit. Yo, first and foremost, Marcus is absolutely right. We should not be throwing out assumptions, right? Because Earl could be like, you BoxingMD, huh? Oh, I got gyno though. You don't want that. But
you mean like when Kid Chocolate called me out on air for talking shit about him?
Exactly. So then you got
said he wanted to fight me.
So then you got Anthony Joshua, who, I admire tremendously. And I never assume that because he looks as good as he does, he's on something, So again, you're using a generalization, right? Like someone could easily say that you are profiling because you're seeing a certain body part and then making an assumption or a generalization based off other people who have this certain body part.
I agree 100% with you, Ness. However, I will say this about MD. Y'all know where I stand now, right? Y'all get where I stand. Okay. But I'm still going to say this. I don't fault MD for what he's saying because this isn't coming out of nowhere. This is a narrative that has been placed into the boxing world unfairly, unjustly, a narrative I don't agree with, but it's not like MD's like pointing random fingers. If like the thing with Floyd, like that was on a much different level. Like if MD were to get sued, like they'd have to go back to the source who was the first person to post an article about this.
Broadcast interruption. I'm sorry. Yo, I've been part-time negotiating, right? Trying to get our triple header into a quadruple header, right? So, you know, I get the rock star. He's hitting me all up, you know, making me mess up the show. I'm leaving you guys alone to argue about titties and shit. So, you know, he's like, yo, you know, I read you all the shit he did say already, right? All the junk he was talking, like he was ready to get it in, right? So I'm like, all right. I said, you want to fight? You want to be on our card? Lower that for a minute. You want to be on our card? I have a body for you. He said, I'll take on all fools, bro. I'm 6'1", weighing the same as them. He said, Jose about a foot shorter. He should be fighting at 147. I said, Jose has a fight already signed. Okay. I said, I have someone for you. How much do you weigh? Right? He said, I could make a catch weight of 180. Guess who's available for June, second week? 180.
Doomsday?
Nestor Gibbs.
Doomsday's gonna cut that weight?
Oh, so we got a fighter, right? He must be listening. He said, first of all, I ain't back out of nothing. So, right. So here it goes. So I said, yo, I said, how much you weigh? He said 180. I said, okay. But he went a step further. He said, I could do 175. I said, look, no more to talk. You have a fight, Florida, June 2nd. I'll call you after the show to discuss all details. So he hits me back like, nah. I dictate the terms. I said, yo, rightfully so. You're a famous drummer. You know, outside of, I don't know anything about rock and roll. So outside of drummers, the only one I know is that dude Barker and him. So it's like, all right, you're the A side. You're the A side. And he says, I want to be A side. I said, sure, you're the A side, of course. What are your other terms? And he says, haha, I like this. This could be fun. I said, yeah, okay, you're the A side, of course. He said, this is great. I said, all right, what else do you want? Question mark. What else do you want? He said, mess around, I get my ass beat. I said, I ain't write this, but I said, oh, yeah, that might be possible. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, you guys are for real doing the card. Now this is when the text start getting weird. It's like, you guys are for real doing the card? I said, yes, we serious. He said, you legit? Like amateur fights? I'm like, bro, we're going to set it up. Is Jose versus MD, Matt versus Steve, Mario versus Enrique. He's like, is it licensed? I'm like, licensed? What the fuck? yo, you want the WBC to give you fucking medallions too for the win?
Yeah, tell him to bring his driver's license.
If we get sanctioned, they're going to take a cut of it. You know, that sanctioning body fee. We don't want that.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, it's 100% legit, you know? And
I'm just wondering if he was too much. Is he on that rock star lifestyle right now?
No, he's not. Remember, he
could beat 4 people. What?
No. He's been home for a while because he just had twins. So you know he's been living that dad life, but still in the gym. Look, he's directing us to his posts or whatever. I
seen it
the other day saying he sparred. So I don't know. Let's see. I mean, if he wants this fight, he needs to call in and sign the verbal contract live on air. We're going to 925. That was an emergency broadcast. This is going to be coming to you on a Patreon pay-per-view June 2nd or second week of June. We haven't decided yet. 925, you're live.
What's good? This is C-Dog.
C-Dog. Yo.
C-Dog from the Bay.
Hey, I just want to say thank you so much personally, obviously, for one, being on Patreon, 2, for giving us that cool tip about Watch Together. We've been using it ever since, bro.
All right, man. I'm glad you guys are using that now.
The only thing is we gotta chastise Mario with his itchy trigger finger on the pause button, you know?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm glad to be talking to you guys. I think this is my first time ever calling in, actually. Yeah. But I don't know. Just to chime in on the Kell Brook versus Errol Spence stuff. I mean, I'm glad that both of them are signed up for the contract and stuff like that. And I don't know about the whole titties stuff, but I mean, at least he signed the contract now. So yeah. I mean, I just wanted to make a quick call. I think that's it.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for calling in, C-Dog. Again, truly appreciate that Watch Together. That shit made things so much simpler to do film studies. Let's go to Banshee Boy in PA. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, everybody? just calling to get my little 2 cents on the Kell Brook and Spence fight. I think everybody that saying that Spence is on anything or could be on anything was just scared that he's coming for whoever their favorite welterweight spot is. 2 years ago, if you guys remember, Chief Thurman was telling him, give it 2 more years and he'll be ready for a shot at the whatever, to fight him or whatever, 2017. 2017 coming, he's still saying he's not ready or whatever. So I just think, it's Spence's turn, and anybody that's not really with Spence is just hating. That's my 2 cents.
All right, Banshee boy, thanks for calling in. Yo, so here's a quick update. He said, first of all, I ain't backing out of nothing. I specifically said I'd take on all those fools. So the call out is to MD, Jose, Mario, Enrique, Matt, and Steven.
Yo, I got a fight. I got a fight scheduled, so you can.
I told him.
You can sit your ass in the back of the bus.
So this is what we could do. No, this is what we could do. We could all do our fights, and then Ortiz stands in the ring. Round 1, I go. Round 2, MD goes. Round 3, Matt goes. Round 4, Enrique goes, and we'll just keep going for 12 rounds.
That'd be kind of fun.
He's talking that shit, so we could do that then.
So yo, check this one out. This made it even better. This made it.
No, Mario's just doing that because he's afraid of his cardio.
I'm not lying. Yeah, you're right.
Yo, I was on that. The reason I was late for the show is because I was on the Stairmaster. I'm just saying. Yo, I made a public call out to Cut West too. We got that fight for him if he wanted. So he also said, so all of you guys could feel good. He said, those are the big names I want. He said, nobody on our side. He's talking sides like he's the A side, right? He said, no one on our side said nothing about anyone else. So, my sleeper, once again, doesn't get a fight. You know,
already signed.
Yo, he sounds like it's Landy Lara. He's calling people out when they already have fights.
Yo, and check this guy out. Yo, check this guy out. Like I said, all 4 of those in one night. If you could take 4 of those in one night, then take this 180-pound catchweight you want. I mean, I don't get it.
And you're gonna make a heavyweight suck down like 20 pounds, dude. Like
who?
What you're gonna get Doomsday, right? That's what you're talking about.
No,
he's not a heavyweight.
That motherfucker should be at 160, bro.
He should be, but he weighs 200 right now.
All right, but that'll make his ass lose weight by June.
But he's still gonna have to get down there, though. It's gonna be that camp.
He's gonna have to make weight. He's gonna.
I should be at 147. You know,
it'll be harder for him than Robert Ortiz. Shit, I should be at like 125. I weigh like 190.
No, if he won it, he won it. That's all.
What I'm saying.
I should weigh like 147 too. I weigh like 130.
No, I mean, I realistically should not. I realistically should be 160.
Let's take a call. I'm waiting on Robert. Let's take a call. We're gonna go to some alumni here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you a young fella, and he comes from the Magnolia. You got your block on fire, you made it achieve. Until the moment you expire, you know what it is. You make nothing out of something, you handle your business. You don't be crying, and it's something you achieve.
Whoa. What's good, people? Look here, we're going to get straight off into it. I know they got a lot of callers, and I'm on the road right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm maneuvering right now. But check this out. I'm hearing a whole lot of talk about hype behind Spence and all that. Like, give me your honest opinion on that. If Triple G spot somebody and they give him a black eye and everything in sparring, and he say this guy is the next guy up, would you value his opinion? Everybody on the panel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
I would.
Yes.
All right. Now check this out. Check this out. We know what happened with him and Floyd, you know what I'm saying? So that happened. He put the man out the gym, let him come back and all this and that. You know what I'm saying? Then the next statement, like a couple of months later, he's saying this man is the next thing that's gonna take over the sport. I respect that opinion because he was in the ring with the man and he knew what he can do. Not only that, everybody that came up with Spence in the amateurs and in the Olympics and everything, they got nothing but respect for the young man.
You understand? And then one of y'all favorite trainers, Freddie Roach, and a couple other trainers, you know what I'm saying, they got the same opinion. So, I mean, it's not the fans that's creating all the hype. I mean, it's looking like it's boxers. He's not grown out. We got people that say they're seeing that. You know what I'm saying? Inspiring. So, I mean, all the hype is deserved. Then he gets in front of 6 million people and he performs. He give you a knockout. That's how you become a superstar, Ness. When you get on the big stage, you show up, you don't get on the fucking backflip. You perform. You finish. That's how you become a superstar. If he go overseas and he knocks out Kell Brook on that big stage, MD, don't get mad when this man got more hype than Thurman. That's my call.
I mean, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing.
That's a great point, though, by the way.
And I'm not getting mad. It would be awesome if Errol Spence is as good as you guys think he is. But I'm just saying that you guys need to like hold it back, because if I start from his last notable opponent, I mean, just we've heard the name. We're talking about Samuel Vargas, Phil LaGreco, Chris Van Heerden, Alejandro Barrera, Chris Algieri, and Leonard Bundu. I mean, it's okay for us to be. What do you guys? You guys need to hold back on the future of boxing, because he hasn't even fought in a Julio Diaz opponent. And I know Chris Algieri did great things against did great things against Rusumar
Ruslan
Provodnikov, right? And he did to give Amir Khan a good fight, but stylistically that was a horrible matchup for him, because Errol Spence has never faced a puncher, and Chris Algieri can't punch either. That's all I'm saying. I just want to see Errol Spence take a clean punch, because a lot of guys, or at least face a guy who's a puncher, because a lot of guys are amazing until they get hit in the face. That's all I have to say.
Yo, we got him. He called in to defend himself. He didn't like that MD called him Laura.
What the fuck? Wait, I'm busy right now. I shouldn't even be on the phone. But Laura? What's going? First of all, educate me right now, Nestor. What are these fools saying?
MD called you Laura because he says you calling dudes out when they got fights. He says, you know, he signed to fight Canadian Jose for an $800 purse, so why would he drop out to fight you? And you know,
and I said that we'll do it, but Rob, you gotta fight. I'm gonna go first round, Matt goes second round, MD goes third round, Enrique goes fourth round, and you got to go 12 rounds.
No, I'd fight Rob 1-on-1, 100%. It just has to be the right time and the right purse, 100%. I wouldn't. You guys not a pro boxer.
Not the A side.
He's an egotistical rock star. He could get it.
I would too, but the Mexican versus Puerto Rican thing's a little more important. And
he doesn't get.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. First,
Doomsday would hurt you. Real talk.
After you get done with your tune-up with Jose, get the fuck out. All right, what Canadian can fight?
Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis.
Nah, he's Jamaican. He's Jamaican.
He resided over there.
All right, so that's done.
David Lemieux's trained by Canadian.
Even Lucian Butte is a Canadian
champ. We can do this.
But listen to me. Listen to me. I got somebody who right now weighs 205 pounds and will drop down to 180 for you by June. And you bring your scale. If he doesn't make 180, there's no fight. And we have a quadruple header. What's the problem?
First of all, I want the big names. Okay.
you gotta. Let me explain something to you. MD is legitimately the champion, right? And then Jose is legitimately the undisputed TBV champion with all legitimate belts. He has the real belts. Every TBV appreciation, he's won them all. You know, first Joey lost his WBC to casual, and casual he be unified with the ring and the WBC. Then Jose had the WBO. He did a bet with casual on a fight. He didn't win, so Jose had 3. And this last fight for Garcia Thurman, Bruce put up the IBF. So Jose's coming into the ring with actual belts. MD has actual wins and pay-per-view buys under his belt because his first fight, no, seriously, his first
I know. That's funny.
His first fight was on Patreon pay-per-view only versus Matt, and it did fucking numbers. Now,
but Matt was the A-side.
I sold that shit. Come on. It wasn't MD.
All right, but listen.
All right, okay.
No, wait a minute. I'll give you an opportunity.
On my band's Facebook, I'm getting you at least 1 million views. That's being like conservative. So I bring the audience here.
But you bring a different demographic. You bring a different demographic.
Exactly. Casuals. I bring casuals.
That's true.
But bring up a good point.
That's a good point.
Really good point.
But in the TBV realm, I don't know if you're the A side, bro.
But regardless, I already have a fight sign. So
I know, and he's got a fight sign.
I have a fight sign.
Mario's got the Puerto Rican.
Here's what we're gonna do. Robert, come to the fight ringside. Okay, and you're gonna call out the winner of Jose and MD. We're gonna put you in the ring with him after the fight, square you guys off, talk some shit, do like an in-ring.
Or minimally create a contract, give out terms, and we could at least take a look at it preliminary, right? Minimally. Or just come out here and just say, I want these guys. You can't.
Or I'll take out Enrique, and then we could just have a rap battle afterwards.
I'll take my tune-up against Mario.
Mario got to fight
up the ranks.
I'll still take it.
Mario got a fight versus a Mexican-Puerto Rican rivalry. And then Matt has his comeback versus a Mexican and Steven Calderon. You're late, baby. You got one opportunity with a dude that's out of shape that needs to get in shape in order to fight you.
And you're in shape, Rob. That's the thing. Or you're at least heading that realm.
These ghost fighters.
Ghosts. No. People on TBV know Alex because he does all the road trips.
His fights are on TBV. You can go watch them.
And what about Cut West? Would you take that?
Robert, you have tape on this guy. He doesn't have tape on you.
Yeah, I'm like 175. That's where I'm at.
You want the fighter? You want the fighter? No, tough guy. Calling in here, texting. Every text you said, I was letting the world know.
Big names.
The big names. You got to get it. You're not even ranked. You're not even ranked.
Yo, since I'm the champ, I'm like Floyd of TBV as far as sparring goes, and I say Alex Doomsday is the future.
Was his name's Big Guy, right? Is he Kazakhstan guy or Ukrainian, whatever the fuck?
Sergey Derevchenko? Lomachenko?
Yeah,
Derevchenko?
Was Lomachenko ranked? Hell no, he got a title shot right in his second fight.
Yeah, but he came in with 2 gold medals. What you got?
Yeah, but that's his
like dual records.
Time out. That's you're absolutely wrong. That's not how it worked. His first fight was to get ranked. That's what happened. He fought someone to be ranked, and then he got the title shot.
And that fighter he beat was worthy of ranking him. Amazing.
All you got to do is all you got to do is get ranked in the top 10, then have the popularity to demand a big fight. If you're Canelo, do you got to be ranked in any division, or do you get the best of any division? You get the best of any division.
All right, so I'm the Zhu Shiming, except I can actually hit, but that fights. But he had a country
you got to get on the card, and you gotta let the world see you and build it up with the winner of Jose and MD. Or you never know. Maybe Mario and Enrique steal the show because of the Mexican-Puerto Rican rivalry. They steal the show, and next thing you know, you want the main event of that. But no one knows you right now. You've been stopped calling in. You've been going. You just had kids. So we don't. Who are you again?
It's a big bargaining chip that he has, but it's like you got to get on that.
Hey, I liked Escape the Fate when I was in middle school. Okay, back off, Ness.
See. Exactly.
No, it's a big bargaining chip. No one's disagreeing, but
they're huge, man.
To be honest, I thought you were like a Christian rock band. Like, I swear to God, I told Ness
God no.
I told Ness that. I go, Escape the Fate. I'm like, what do you guys like sing about melodies?
They're not.
Matt, if you know Escape the Fate, you also know Alex. So it's a built-up fight for you. I mean, I don't see. I mean, where do you want to?
I'll take a look at Alex. Or I'll talk.
All right. Let me ask you a question. I'll do this one. You want a big name? I'll fucking bring a big name out of retirement for all these TBV fans and detractors out there.
The fight doctor.
Hold on. All these TBV fans and detractors out there of TBV that feel that I have all these failed relationships, I'll fucking bring this guy out of retirement and he'll take you on. But I know he's too talented for you. It would be your fault that you made me awake a beast.
Fighting out of Phoenix.
Oh! St. Fans, here's Jameson.
Yo, that's a card. That's a card.
You think you big? You want me to fucking fly Jameson Rocket all the way from Arizona to Florida to the Jim Erickson Lupus? He could put the hammer on you.
All right, I will say I'm pretty big for James, but James got those skills. He's legit.
James has sparred with Orlando Salido, so.
But I will, you know, I'll give him that work. But he'll definitely be he knows what he's doing, dude. He's beat up Orlando Salido. So.
But that's not saying much. Like 15 other guys have done that.
that fight, size versus skill. We can make that one marinate. I want James this time. It's early. Let's you know, we got to let it marinate.
No. We need couch.
We gotta let it marinate.
Yeah, what the hell are you talking about?
Yo, this guy ducked 2 fights live on air. Ducked 2 fights.
Yo, he needed a tape on Alex. He needed a tape. He wanted to make it talk about contracts.
He wanted tape on Alex, and he ducked the big ass.
Andre Ward.
Yo, Jameson Rocket is a big ass name, and you know it. Ooh, Cut West. There you are, Cut West. We could fly you from Georgia to Florida. Just say it in the chat. You know I got your number.
And if you really wanted to take all 4 of us on at one time, like
we can do that.
Do that. I go first. I mean, we could do that.
I would do it.
Easy work.
It's not easy work. It's not easy work.
I'm 5'5", so I'm 5'5", so I just think it would be really cool to see a 5'5" dude versus 6'1" dude. That's why I called Nestor out in the first place. I thought it'd be hilarious. And I still think I could win. I don't know why everybody's laughing.
Hey, Hart can do a lot, you know.
I'm gonna have to.
Not really. It really can't.
Hart can do a lot.
It really can't. Like the head can only take so much punishment. Trust me.
Negotiation ain't done. But I want Anthony. He's the champ. I could build my way up. Hey, look, man, I want glory, so I'll do it legit. I'll face whoever of the loser of those two, and then if that person beats me, he can get his rematch with MD. He would have earned it. But if not, then I want my shot at the title.
I think I'm gonna deserve a shot at the title, though.
I'm just saying you sound a lot more humble on air than on text.
Because I'm a boxing fan. I'm giving the fans what they want. It's
I agree.
Fair to give a direct title shot. I understand what the fans want. My name on Twitter is Boxing Fans. I get it. I haven't earned the shot. I'll earn it. So I'll face the loser. Loser gets a shot at the champ. So that might mean a rematch for Jose. It might mean me getting my title shot. TBV. All right, I got to bounce, but we ain't done. I'm negotiating this.
You're awesome, Rob.
Okay, Kodo.
Text us your lawyer's office.
Kodo. That's what I was gonna say earlier, Matt.
I bring in the audience.
It's a big bargaining chip. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, y'all there? I think this card is like shaping out really good. Like it's gonna get crazy. If we had James on it too, like man, I'm actually really want to see Jose. That's just worth the price of admission. I'm sorry.
True, it is. You know, plus Jose with all the belts, even like after the fight, like us going to the club, having 4 world championship belts.
That would be dope.
We give one to like each, and like we just like pretend we're world champions. It'd be great.
Hey, I got a Goldberg, the WCW Goldberg belt, like the real one. I'm gonna bring it with me, and I'll just give it to whoever wins between me and Enrique. It says Goldberg at the bottom, but fuck it. It's a real belt though.
All right, we're going to Hurricane Ray from Miami.
Yo, what's going on, man? Yo, man, it's live up in here today, man. Hey, I just checked out the expert drummer. Man, let me tell you something, man. That boy better watch out, man. He better stay sticking to playing them drums, man. His skills ain't there.
What's up, right there?
I tell you, just like that. I seen him work that pad and drop that right hand. It's there for the left hook. And man, he just needs to keep training, bro.
Yo, where can we find that video?
Yeah, where's this video at? I want to see it.
Yo, you gotta go to Instagram.
Oh fuck, I don't have Instagram.
Robert ET, and you'll see it there. I mean,
Robert E.T. Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on Instagram. And man, I can't wait, man. I'm about to go. I just joined on Patreon right now. I'm about to go check out that fight, see out how MD got them hands, and how Matt got whooped. I keep hearing that Matt got whooped, so let's see what's up. Let's see what
It's
happens.
true.
Matt had 104 fever.
No, that's not true. Not true.
I'm bullshitting. No, I'm bullshitting.
He popped his shoulder. I had to.
Wait, Robert what? I'm sorry. Robert E.T.? I can't find that.
Yeah, Robert. You spelling Robert right? ROBERT.
No, but isn't it box? I found it on Instagram.
Yeah, yeah, you can find it on Instagram. If you go to his Save the Fate, you type it in on Save the Fate, it'll pop up. And
Oh yeah.
right there under it shows his name. But yeah, I do gotta give him props, man. He is out there challenging me, by the word of mouth. But man, until the fight is signed and sealed, I don't want to hear nothing from him, man. He need to, take whatever challengers he's faced with. He's picking and choosing, man. Like he got the position to pick and choose, man. He needs to go up in there and fight, man.
Yo, real talk though. Real talk. I want to fight right before him, so that all those people that are there tuning to watch him will see me first. Real talk. He's got a shitload of followers.
Hurricane Ray, any thoughts on Brooke and Spence and the topic of the show?
Well, I called in earlier this week about the topic of the show, man, and I'm just glad that Spence finally signed the paperwork and that it's in. All we need to do is make it official on BoxRec. But since we are being suspicious of people on PEDs, man, why don't we go ahead and call Canelo out? Because man, he's been on the top of the food chain for a little while and
Been doing that though.
he's bulked up.
I've been saying that. I see. That's the thing. I've been consistent. I can't find his Instagram. It's not available. Did he delete it? Seriously, it's
need that boomerang. Alex,
Not showing
Doomsday
up.
Lions. How you doing, brother?
Pretty good, man.
If everyone doesn't know, this is an amateur boxer and the road dog at TBV. He was down there in Florida. You're gonna see him in the fight with me and MD being the ref. He took some punches, trying to separate us sometimes. It was a rough fight. So Alex, you want to take Robert Ortiz, the drummer from Escape the Fate?
He's also Nessa's strength and conditioning coach.
I man, I really don't recommend anybody, fighting me. But if he wants to watch tape on me, just go to my IG. I mean, I got a little bit of bag work on there, but you know me, man. I go into the destroy, so I exhibition fight. I don't know what it is to punch soft. So,
Alex, how tall are you?
5'11".
Oh, so you're
shorter than
yeah, only by like an inch though. I'm 5'5". He wants to fight me. I'm 5'5". Yo, oh yeah, 6'1", right? He's 6'1".
Yeah, he's 6'1".
Yeah, okay. Yeah, y'all are right there in height. So that's an even match, right? Well, not really, but
No, it's not.
from a tell the tape, it's an even match.
I'm 200 right now. I'm fighting in the Golden Glove tournament here in New Jersey.
When is it?
I'm already fighting. I'm in the semifinals now.
Yeah, because it was in February, right?
Yeah. So
Damn. So you can't fuck around with your weight then.
No. Well, I can start dropping weight now. It doesn't matter. I mean, I think the tournament is gonna be over before then. So.
When's the tournament?
okay.
Over, do you know?
Yeah, I think it's over. I think at the end of April.
All right, we're gonna go to
But then you go to nationals if you win, and then that would be.
No, man, I'm really, my goal is to finish the tournament, and then after that, just drop down to 178. Take 2 fights as an amateur at 178, and then turn professional, man.
Have you ever been that low?
Yeah, I mean, I've been that low. I mean, it's been a while, but I've been adapting to my weight as I drop. I haven't been just flying through the weight.
So it would be much evener if Robert Ortiz drains you, right?
I mean, let me tell you something, bro. I mean, I'm ready. Bro, I run miles a week, man. I'm ready at any time. So I could drop all that weight in a healthy manner. I don't eat dirty. I'm living the life. I'm actually eating extra to stay at 200. You know,
I-
I'm eating ice cream and cookies sometimes.
I'll take the fight with Alex, but he's got to wear Target mitts. So
Cage pad. Too.
Yeah, I get to wear the ribcage pad, and you wear Target mitts, and I get 12-ounce gloves. We're all good.
I'm never boxing Alex. I'm just gonna put it that way. That's too far. Like MD is that level where it's like that was stupid, but I still had fun.
I mean,
Alex is too far.
I could fight an exhibition fight. I mean, if Rob wants to get in there, I mean, I'm not. You know, when MD and Matt got in there, you guys, you know, you guys are not used to doing that all the time. So once the punches started flying, you each one of you guys went into, you know, kill zone mode.
I mean,
it was.
You can see, you can tell I've taken a punch before. That's all I'm saying.
Well, of course, you were very confident going in.
Was that a slide at me, MD?
No. I'm saying that no, it wasn't a slide. I'm saying that you hit me, and it wasn't. If it was the first time I've taken a punch, I would have reacted differently. That's all I'm saying.
No, but
that's not the slide at you.
Yeah, no, but
I'm not saying you haven't taken a punch before. Even like, no matter how many punches you've taken, like I said, like the human body could only take so many. I told you that there was a huge size advantage, and
Matt took a couple of good punches too. I mean, the punches where you were already in, like, you know, you were on them, and I was trying to break you guys up. I mean, you guys are in kill zone. Like, I'm over here, bro. I'm over here like trying to squeeze in between them and shit, and like, you know.
But for the next fight though, for Canadian Jose, can we do no standing 8 counts, please?
Yeah.
What do you mean no standing 8 counts?
What
you know what I'm talking about?
What you need is
you gotta have it because
no, you don't. You turn your head, you're done. No, I mean that didn't happen in the fight. We'll see. If you're in the fight and you can't fight back and you're getting beaten up, it's over. There's no standing 8 count.
Well,
I don't like standing 8 counts.
You know what? But when you're in the amateurs, it's up to the discretion of the referee.
That's fair. That's fair.
Punished, or maybe if you're all over the place. I mean, it depends. But if you're getting punished, yeah, they might stop the fight.
I feel you.
But this is what the 8 count is for, because I need
exactly.
But you know why the 8 count's not but Alex, you understand why the 8 count's not used in pro level, right?
Yeah, of course, because that's a professional level, and you know.
Well, no, specifically because it's one of the most dangerous things you could do.
Well, yeah, keep
because it's like it's like you're giving the guy time to recover and just continuously do it again. That's kind of why sometimes getting dropped or getting knocked out is better than a continuous beating.
Yeah,
so the standing 8 count sometimes retards the knockout from happening. You know what I'm saying? So
you gotta understand amateur stuff too. You know, you got these kids.
No, I feel you on that because it's sloppy and sometimes the guy's not protecting himself by accident. So it's like you stop to get in shit together. And at a pro level, if someone's, you know, turning or not protecting themselves,
it's a much more of an indictment of where they are in the fight. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but the standing 8 count does exist in the pros. It's just not used across the board.
Not
used. Yeah.
I don't know where it's used.
Texas has a standing 8 count.
Does it really?
I don't know if
that's not surprising.
It does. Yes, it does have a
It
standing
also has
count.
open scoring.
But let me tell you, no. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's a great rule. I'm not saying that it's and by the way, it's sparsely used today compared to, like, you know, a long time ago. So that's why, like, there's been moments where it actually would have worked really well, and refs just don't do it. They're not forbidden, but they are what's the word? They're like when they go to their conferences, it's a rule that they're holding back much more, just like 10-10 rounds and 10-8 rounds without knockdowns, like all that stuff. Like it's, you know,
like the Quillen Jacobs fight, there could have been a standing 8 count if you wanted to implement it like that.
Great point.
Yeah,
great point.
But then the post argument is that Jacobs lived to fight another day. He got wobbled. He might have got concussed, but he didn't get another concussion or a brutal knockout where he could have
90 seconds
potentially not came back. So I see both sides of it, but I don't know. I'm looking at this video of Robert Ortiz. Like, I'll tell you why Robert Ortiz is so happy to fight.
I want to see.
Okay.
Post it to the Boxing Voice one, or just like at the Boxing Voice, so everybody.
It's because he's getting back in shape and he's hitting the gym really hard, right? So,
confident right now.
He's confident.
If you still, want, you know, he get. Like I said, I mean.
Let me open this up.
Make it an exhibition match. You know, I don't have to go full throttle with him.
60 seconds.
Yeah, just to get his name out there before he takes on the big dog MD. Yo, let me ask y'all real talk though, Matt and MD. Yeah. Honest to God, did y'all got tired of this shit, right?
I'll be honest. Like, obviously, like after the fight, like once that adrenaline stops, you feel like exhausted, I think.
Yeah.
But like during the fight, I didn't feel tired per se. I definitely felt I definitely felt like my arms were starting to get a little bit more heavy and stuff like that. Starting to breathe a little bit harder. But I also wasn't really breathing during my shots. You know, I realized that midway, like I was holding my breath too much. So that's going to make you tire out faster as well. You know,
I'm not talking shit, but I was not tired. I mean, Alex,
yeah, you were.
But you were.
No, I'm not gonna say that you were winded. I mean, I saw both of your faces. I saw both of your faces. You know what I'm saying? And MD had that. Your adrenaline was high. You were red. You know, but then again, it's you know how hot it gets.
And also headgear rubbing against your face as well. Yeah.
So, but I didn't see you winded. I didn't see you winded at all. Same thing with Matt. I didn't see him winded.
That's why we recommend the 2-minute rounds, because that's where pro boxers really
in between the rounds. What was it? The whole 3 rounds? I forgot. It was a 3 or 2.
Ours?
Yeah, it was.
No, I mean, there's like to be honest, as far as cardio goes, there were so many breaks in the fight because the 8 counts and because the headgear. I mean, there was after the first knockdown, like you
Ortiz
said,
in shape though. Robert Ortiz, he's in some good shape.
Yeah, he's not
bad.
He's in
Not
good
bad.
shape. Yeah. But MD you work out though, right? Like cardio based workouts.
And MD's in shape, man.
Yeah, he is.
Look, Matt, I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm not in shape.
Matt needed to get in a little bit more shape. You needed more time for your camp, and that's just coming from my
humble opinion.
And I'm telling Jose, yo, that's not me in shape. Jose will see me in shape.
But you've always been kind of like, aware of your, being in shape and all that.
Yeah, bro, come on, man. I'm trying.
But you do like cardio.
I was young, single, and miggling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta look good. You know, come on, let's keep it real.
This guy. I'm saying though, you never smoked cigarettes. Did you ever smoke cigarettes? I mean, I don't know.
No, I've never smoked anything.
Well, this is the thing. You know what I mean? Matt came in there, super confident. I love the confidence. Stuck you with the jab, because I was there, front line, seeing the whole thing. He stuck you with the jab a few times, but once you applied the power, that's what made him get off his game, and you got the victory that one time, man.
The only reason why I thought that they would have been tired despite working out is just because, man, when you wear a mouthpiece and you gotta breathe, that shit is so hard if you're not used to it.
Emergency. I just want to say Rob is ducking. Now he gonna text me talking about I want fight doctor. The winner earns the right to be Triple G. I'm like, bro, nobody even knows what fight doctor looks like, how old he is. I'm gonna go ahead to our international caller.
Yo, tell Robert I also called him top heavy. I don't see him working the legs either.
But no one can stop me, really.
Oh, there's a king croc right there. This croc has enough power in its jaws to whip my head right off. You need to get in the 6th round, in the 7th round.
You're gonna be the legend to become a legend. Honestly, these are unbeatable. You're gonna be the legend to become a legend.
Yo, what's going on? I don't know if I joined in at the wrong time. I just heard you guys talking about Matt and MD's little fight on Patreon.
Yeah, we're talking about the fights coming up for TBV Promotions in June. MD versus Canadian Jose, Mario versus Enrique, and me versus Steven. And possibly Robert Ortiz, the drummer for Escape the Fate, against someone, potentially Alex Lyons, Doomsday Lions, but he seems to be ducking, so we don't know.
Yo, Coas is in the chat. Coas, do you have a phone? Call in. Ness is here.
Look, in regards to that, I think Matt just bit off more than he could chew at the time. I mean, about 80 pounds more than he could chew off at the time. But come on, MD. When you're fighting someone your own size, I don't know if it'll go your way this time, but I guess you're the champ, so for now you've got to be a bit respected. But
so real talk though, do you don't think I'd fight differently?
No, of course you're not gonna do it.
And will I also have Keith Thurman yelling in my ear to whatever? You guys can join Patreon and see it. I'm saying that
would pump me up more though.
What?
That would pump me up so much.
To calm the fuck down?
Oh, that's what he was saying.
Yeah, he wasn't telling me to whoop Matt's ass. He was telling me to calm the fuck down, which
that'd be hilarious if he was like whoop his ass.
Yeah, no,
honestly, honestly, I don't know. Just him being there would have. I can see where the adrenaline came from, or I mean, obviously, but even more.
MD got a little aggressive for a second.
When did I get aggressive?
You got a little Hey, listen, bro. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. When even if you're not planning on trying not to hit somebody hard, when you're in there and the adrenaline's pumping, and it's a combat sport, bro. If something happens to you where the primal comes out and you just start winging hard, and you don't even know that you're winging hard, but I'm there right in your face.
Alex, put your mouth to the mic.
Oh yeah, well, I'm there right in front of your face, seeing you winging the punches at him, bro. You took some hard punches at him, and it's true. You said that when you look away, it should be sometimes it should be stopped. I didn't stop it because when he looked away, it was more kind of like he was trying to just dodge the punches, get away from the punches. He even retracted from you in a position like this, trying to get away from the punches. And twice in the breakups, I literally, bro, had to peel you off. Like, it wasn't like I got in and I said MD and you broke loose. No, it was like I had to break through you guys. So
it's normal. Like, that's so natural.
Normal,
like
it
just happens.
Yeah, that's just a natural reaction.
Yo, I'll tell you what. The first time I ever sparred was against a 15-year-old, and I was 20 years old. Or no, I was 22 years old. And this kid was way better than me, beat the shit out of me. And I got aggressive. Like, I wanted to get him back. I wanted to tag him back. And I didn't mean to, but it just happened. And
yeah, you want to get back.
You want to get that. Yeah, you want that get back.
I saw MD's face change when he got peppered with the jab. When Matt was like, retracting.
It's that fight or flight, right?
Yeah, but like to go back to my perspective and the truth, or not the truth, my perspective, right, is in the beginning of the fight, you know what happened? Then the uppercut came because, I was looking to finish it right there, and that's it. And then I had Keith Thurman yelling in my ear, so you could play it out there. I don't want to go into this. Listen, because the fight happened, I respect Matt for getting in the ring. He gets in the ring when a lot of you guys don't get in the ring.
That's the first thing I said to both of you at the end of the day.
Yeah. But all I'm saying is that if you guys are critiquing things that went out on the ring, I'm saying that I would fight differently. And I'm going to fight Jose much differently.
Talking to the caller. The caller was saying,
I'm letting Jose know that Matt's definitely quicker than you, I'm sure. And if you're going to be a mobile target, there's going to be hooks being thrown. There'll be hooks.
So Alex from Australia, what's up, man?
Oh, there we go. Well, I was just going to say then, I'll wrap it up with one last thing. For all that's interested, sign up to Patreon and see the fire in Matt's eyes, man. You look like you wanted to rip his head off at the start of that. I'll be honest with you. Even wasn't Ness telling you to calm down? You're going for it, man. You're going for it. Look, I reckon, man, maybe it might take you a year, but put on 40 pounds and rematch him. I'll pay for the rematch again.
Will you pay for my gym membership to gain 40 pounds?
I can get you that Mexico steroids.
Dude, get me that shit. I'm going to do it for like a case study for TBV. I'd be like, look, I'm going to take steroids. Let's see if I get gyno. Like, let's see what happens here, man.
Oh shit!
Oh, let's get some TRT up in this shit.
This is the best show.
Cut it up.
Did Alex drop off? Okay, we're gonna go to Compa. Compa, I'm sorry I don't have your intro, but you know I love you.
What up? What up, Boxing? What up? Hey, what's up? Who's on? Mario. What up? Enrique, MD, Hipster.
What you mean? I got the
What
intro
up,
right
what up?
here.
Hit it.
You do?
Compa.
Hit it.
Hey, what
Intro.
Yo, Alex, did you just swim in a pool? Jesus Christ. Chlorine got in your eyes?
Prediction.
You know I'm chinky, bro.
Hey, cállate, güey. Cállate los hocico. Hey, but look, check it out. I got Eddie Golovkin. I got a Chocolatito. I got my compa Cuadras. Hey, who else is fighting on the card?
Andy Lee against someone.
Oh,
isn't Mick?
Yeah,
Mick
I got Andy Lee and hey, check this out. What do you think, man? If I like that Brook Spence fight, and I'm gonna be going for Kell Brook, but the test that I would like for Errol Spence, if he wins the title and brings it back to the USA. I would like to see him fight Josecito Lopez, and I think that'll be a good test for him. I know you guys are gonna talk shit and say it's not a good fight, but man, Josecito Lopez, man, I think he'll give him a good fight. It could be his first title defense. What do you guys think?
It could be a good fight. I wouldn't use the word test because if you beat Kell Brook, then test is over. He passed it with flying colors. But I think it would be a good fight, Compa. I think it's a good fight.
Right. Not test, but it'll be.
It would be fun.
Defense. What do you guys think? Ness, what you think, Ness?
Ness isn't here.
Ness isn't on. What Alex? What do you think?
Yeah, Ness stepped away for a little quick second.
Hey, what do you think, Alex?
Well, no, I mean, I think Josecito would be a good challenge for him. I mean, I follow Errol Spence a little more. You know, I haven't followed the Josecito Lopez, but from what I hear, you know, he'd be a great match for him.
For Errol Spence?
For Errol Spence.
Yeah, I think he'd throw a lot of punches.
I think he leapfrogged Josecito Lopez after he blowed through Chris Algieri.
Yeah, Chris higher ranked opponent.
Also Josecito Lopez, I think is really a 140 pounder, right?
I thought he moved up.
Maybe 147. All right, maybe I'm wrong about that.
Rejuvenated. Hey, but hey, Matt.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go to that StubHub fight with the top ranked fight with who is it? Valdez, Zurdo?
Yeah, I'm gonna be credentialed for that most likely.
I'm excited for Shakur Stevenson, man. I'm gonna be right there for his pro debut, so I'm pretty excited for that. But hey, that's my call. Good looking out, Boxing Voice. A la cuenta de su madre.
Yeah, compa.
What's up, compa?
We're going
to. You know what? That common fight, real quick. Because Alex said that's Saturday. That's today, isn't it, Matt?
The Colin fight's today. Yeah, that's tonight on
Unimos. Yes. Okay, just getting that clear.
I believe it's on 10 p.m. Eastern and 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Everybody watch that fight.
Yeah, because he could be an interesting player at featherweight for a little bit. You know, obviously not right now. It's his pro debut, but in a couple years, 4 years from now, he's going to be an interesting player at that division, in my opinion. We're going to go to Boxingologist from Kansas City. What up?
What's popping? What's going on, fellas?
Nothing much, man. How you doing?
Hey, I was hey man, I'm all right, Hey, I was trying to figure out, man. You guys know when did they get a set date on that Spence Brook fight? Because I know it was the 20th, but then they changed it. So I'm trying to figure out.
27th. The 27th, I believe. That's what Eddie Hearn said in our video.
It's the 27th for show?
It looks like it.
Yeah, from May 27th.
Okay. So, man, let me ask y'all a question, man. So, is it – I know Mikey Garcia called out Keith Thurman, man. Like, now, is people looking at this no difference as if Marquez, like how he called out Mayweather? Or, you know what I'm saying? Or is it just like, oh, well, you know, he's out of his zone with, like, Triple G with Kell Brook?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I think Mikey Garcia, maybe if you're proven to be the best in a division, you could call guys outside your weight class. And how I feel about Mikey Garcia where is he fighting at right now? 135, right? I think he's clearly the best 135 pounder on earth as far as eye test and as far as what he's did at a smaller weight class. So I don't necessarily have a huge problem with it because, I think Mikey Garcia, I think he's looking for big fights and have a short career, make a lot of money, and I'm okay with that because he's taking risks.
I think most people are brushing it off only because they don't think it's realistic, not because Mikey isn't a legit fighter.
He's super legit. I'm a big Mikey Garcia fan.
I think Mikey will carry his power very well up.
Yep.
He has enough power to.
How tall is Mikey Garcia? How tall is he?
He's probably 5'5", but
he's 5'6", actually.
Keith Thurman's only 5'7". I don't think
5'7.5". Yeah.
Yeah, Thurman's smaller than me in terms of height.
Thurman's 5'7.5".
Mikey's actually an inch and a half shorter, and he's only got an inch shorter reach advantage. Reach disadvantage from Thurman.
From Crawford.
Hey, fellas, I got a Zone 6 on with me, man. We on a conference call together. You know what I'm saying? Tuning in with y'all. Hey, Zone, you want to say something?
Yeah, hey, what's up, fellas? I know you guys on the subject matter with Mikey Garcia, right?
No, but you can talk about him, I guess.
We talking about Errol Spence and Kell Brook, I guess. That's really the main topic, right? Or is it Triple G Jacobs?
Yeah, because the VADA forms are signed and everything.
Kell Brook should beat this guy in his hometown. That's pretty much self-explanatory.
You're breaking up. Sorry, brother. Maybe call back in. We're going to 111 as your area code and all ones. Who are you? And where are you calling from?
Hey, bro. Like, I'm just like, oh, I gotta catch my breath, dude. Here, hold up.
So dump this shit, bro. Dump this shit. I don't got time for this.
Yeah.
I don't have time for this. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is that guy?
But you know that we're reaching.
No, guys. So good. We actually got a real caller. We got a real caller. Compa using his boomerang, calling back in. Compa, what is up?
Oh shit! Already. Hey, Matt, check it out. You guys were talking about that. I forgot to chime in on that. What is it, Garcia Thurman? I think it'll be a good fight, man. I didn't like that. You're talking shit, man, saying that. How come he doesn't fight Crawford? How come he doesn't fight this guy? But come on, man, he can't fight Crawford, man. Those are top-ranked guys. You really think they're gonna do business?
He would work with them.
No.
Mikey Garcia said he would work with them.
Why not? Why not? Hey, look, if Mikey's serious, I mean, well, I don't think he was. I think no, he was serious, but I don't think it'll happen. But they could do the fight, man. You know, they're both with Al Heyman. Well, Mikey's not with him, but you know he does business with him. So I think the fight could happen, man. And you know how people were saying that Keith needs like a tune-up fight or whatever. I mean, why not Mikey Garcia? It's not a tune-up fight, but I'm saying, you guys get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not like a top 3 fighter. It's a softer touch because he's smaller, but it's still a good fighter.
Compa.
Yeah, but Mikey.
Compa, very quickly. What I want Mikey Garcia to do. I'm giving you plenty of time, Compa. Don't worry. You're the last caller. We're going to end the show after you. Don't worry about it. I'm going to give you plenty of time. But what I want Mikey Garcia to do is to fight people in his division. He's a champion. Unify the division. Fight your mandatories. That's what we ask people to do. And then once you do that, then you move up. That's what I said originally. That's what I want fighters to do. So if he fights a Robert Easter Jr., the winner of Anthony Corolla, Jorge Linares next, if he fights any of those guys next, that's what I want. I don't want him to fight Keith Thurman. I don't even want to fight Terrence Crawford next. I want him to fight somebody in his division. That's a credible opponent.
Right.
That's a real threat. Like, I would love to see him versus Robert Easter Jr. That's the fight to me at 135.
Unless he drops the belt.
Yeah, Mikey beats him. Mikey beats him. But come on, man. E-Bunny, I don't think he'll fight Mikey right now. And come on, if Linares beats Crawler, he's with Golden Boy, so he's not gonna do business with Mikey. So I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing the Keith fight, man. Mikey was sparring who is it, Maidana, for both Mayweather fights, man. So he could hold his own, man. And there's some sparring too on YouTube, man, of Mikey and Chino sparring. So I think Mikey could hold his own, man. And it'll be a good promotion, man, because they both speak well, man. And what do you guys think? Where's Ness at?
That's a good point. They're both very articulate.
I don't know where Ness is.
Where's Big Ness at?
Ness stepped away for a second.
He's trying to secure Robert Ortiz.
Yeah.
TBV Promotions, Compa. We're trying to bring you all the fights, man.
Oh, TBV. Oh, that's right, man. I'm excited for that NorCal versus SoCal. Woo! Hey, but let them know about that. Let them know about that Josecito fight with Errol Spence. If Spence beats Brook, I think that'll be a good first defense. What do you guys think? Let them know.
I don't know if that's
Boxing Voice. I gotta get back to work.
All right, peace, Compa.
I'm out here.
Oh, sorry, Compa. Hold on, I'll bring it back. You can finish what you're saying because you know you're Patreon. What up?
Yeah, hey, I'm out here working, man.
I'm gonna get them honks in.
That was pretty good. Shout out to NO. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up. Alex, you want to hit that music? Do you know where it's at? Can you do this?
Let me see if I can do this. All right, I'm not good at this. I'm good at throwing punches.
Or you could just beatbox it. No, I'm bullshit.
Don't do that. Oh wait.
Oh,
Alex fucked up.
Alex dropped it.
Alex really dropped the ball right there. Well, we do have another caller, I believe. I'm not gonna look for your name. Sorry, I'm being the host and the producer.
It's a 111. Just
no, not that guy. Not that guy. 518. 518. Who are you? Where are you calling from? Hello. Hello. Bueller.
518.
Gone. Well, unfortunately, me and Mario cannot end the episode on YouTube, so we're gonna keep going, I guess, right? Because we don't have access to that.
Yeah. I'll just say that this was a great show because it turned from Brook and Spence
This is overdrive.
into
This is overdrive.
Yo, this was good, but I'm really excited for the TBV card for like a lot of reasons. You know, I have seen the y'all's fight, and I disagree with everyone. I don't think that you would need to necessarily gain that much weight. I think honestly, just conditioning. I think that would probably be it, and then the rematch could be set. I don't think it was as off base as people are making it seem. I think that.
What do you mean off base?
Everybody makes it seem like as if it was like this one-sided affair, and I really don't think it was. I think that MD built a momentum and he just kept it, and it's really hard to dig yourself out of a momentum like that. I think going back in it with better conditioning and knowing what to expect from him, honestly, I think it'd be a pretty close to even fight, if not dead even fight. And that's not to suggest anything about MD that he's weak or anything like that. I just think that it was I don't think we got an accurate look at that matchup. And so I would like to see it again one day. But SoCal versus NorCal, look, that's dope.
And that's different, you know, like obviously like breaking the fourth wall, like me and Steven don't have the animosity that me and MD legitimately had.
So it could be a better matchup like that.
It's going to be a little more fun. We're going to go in there and just work our boxing skills, you know, like I may go in there with the Mayweather shoulder roll, you know, I may go out there just have fun, you know, like, but yeah, me and MD, like it got emotional, like straight up, it got emotional. So all the training and technique that we put in, me and my team, and the game plan we had to set game plan for everything. Boom, out the window. It went out the window before the first punch landed, you know, like, because, and you know, if you sparred or if you train or if you've actually were in the amateurs or the pro, like, you know this, I think it's all universal. Like that adrenaline that's immediately going into your system as you're, you know, wrapping up your hands, as you're putting on the gloves, like the mindset that you transform into is something completely different. And you actually have to train yourself to get around that.
You're absolutely
to be poised.
Yes.
And that's why when you see guys in firefights be able to be so poised, that's amazing, because every natural instinct you have as a human being, it goes against that. It does. You know, so it's just an interesting thing. The whole fight or flight, you know, that adrenaline, that once that boom, it's going to flush into your system once that fight begins, and you're going to have to decide really fast how you're going to react. And most people are not trained to react properly.
No way, man. I don't know how many times I've sparred, but I will tell you that I've never not been nervous. Like it's like nerves, but it's more like an energy that can't be like contained. Like you get jittery, you know. And even at times when I nose like against somebody who's like less experienced, and you know, I'm not even gonna take it like I'm not gonna go super hard. It's still like that nerves. You're gonna get hit. You're gonna get punched. It doesn't feel good. And so, you know, but that's the thing. Like, I think it would be better with you and Steven because y'all are cool, and it'll be like more like authentic, better, as opposed to like at times, like I don't know. MD can say what he wants, and honestly, I appreciate, you know, whatever he wants to say because he was there and it's him. So I'm not going to trivialize anything he says. All I'm going to say from my perspective, from what I've seen, I haven't seen the whole thing, but from what I have seen, he did look really mad, and he did look like he was letting his hands go much more than whatever was agreed upon. So that was just from
I don't necessarily agree with that. And I was there, right? So like, I'm obviously the one that took the punches, right? Like, it was pretty much set that we were going to go at each other, you know? Like,
okay,
it wasn't like we're going to go in there and have fun, and then all of a sudden the fight happened and it changed. No,